morning, or afternoon rather. It's August 20th, and we picked these this morning. There's around 30 giant marconi peppers. That one. And what I do, this year's plants were grown from last year's seeds. And these are these giant marconis, which you can see they turned out really nice this year. Not as good as past years, but we can't complain. If you get anything, you're ahead of the game when it comes to not having to buy them at the market. So you can see, that's not bad. Almost as big as a 2-liter pop bottle. But these are hybrids, and the plants at the store, we were paying up to $5 a piece for them. And I said, well, this year I'm going to try and grow some of our own seeds out of these. I don't normally grow a hybrid seed, but we tried it this year. The reason I don't grow hybrids is because your plant isn't stabilized. You'll have the lineage of both parents, and it's not stable, which means we had plants that were 6 feet tall. Actually, they're still growing. I just did this video this morning. It's in the playlist. We had plants that were 6 feet tall, and we had plants that were 4 feet tall. We even had one that was 3.5 foot tall. So they're going to be up and down, bigger and smaller. You have a lot of variation because the strain hasn't been stabilized to get a open pollinated or heirloom variety, from my understanding. But we saved our seeds out of the largest peppers, and these are some of the largest right now. We still have large peppers on there. We have peppers almost this long that the girth is a lot bigger, and I'm going to save a lot of those too. So I saved the best of my peppers. I saved the seeds, and then we'll dry them out, and we'll put them in after they're dry, I'll put them in a brown paper bag and label them. And we'll plant them next year. I'll dig through them next year and get out the biggest pepper seeds. I do go through the seeds and get the largest ones. So this is what we do to save our seeds. And I'll probably try to stuff a few of these, since they're not as big in diameter as the ones still out there on the plant. They'll be a little harder to stuff, but that's okay. We'll still get something in there. Just cut them off like that. You can see there's still a few little seeds in there. We'll just set that over to the side. And I'll get a plate here. And there you go. That's what it looks like. And these are, oh man, they're sweet, and they have a flavor like they've just come off of the grilled. If you like a grilled pepper flavor, then you need to try giant marconis. So that was one of the biggest ones. We'll set it there. I guess here's number 2. It's got a little spot in it, so we'll go ahead and cut that out of it. Set it there. Cut that spot out. Let's see what we got there. It didn't go all the way through, but it almost got through the plant. So we'll just set that over here. That's going to go out in the compost pile. And we can still stuff some in there. It's a little tougher to stuff these long, skinny ones. We have some, like I say, the girth on them is a lot larger in diameter, and that's the variation of the plants. And we'll get some of those and stuff those too. So we got some starting to brown out in there. So it was good we picked this today. So there's number 2. And let's see. It's very easy to do. And I'm not advocating for anybody save a hybrid seed and grow it, but I did it, and these are the results. You can do it. And just because you can do it, sometimes don't mean you should do it, but we tried it, and we're happy with the results. And we'll lay that right there. You can see we still have some seeds down in there. That's about what you end up with. I'll try to get all that red off there because that's really good stuff to just throw away. Let me see if it's showing up. It's hard to be over here and then see if I'm getting it on camera. Yeah, and it's a little dark in here. I've got the light on, but I've got a fluorescent light over here, but I need a ballast in it. So there we go. If you can see that. Maybe it'd be better over here showing it like that. And you can see what these seeds look like, maybe. It's picking up. It is awful dark. And we'll just cut. The ones we can't get opened up enough to stuff, we'll cut them up into pieces about this size. And we'll vacuum seal them. I have just taken these giant marconis and put them in the bag just like this. It worked just fine. The only reason I stopped doing that was because I could only get 4 or 5 in a 1 gallon bag. So I'll go back to doing that when I run out of our vacuum sealing bags. When we run low on those, then I'll just throw them in the bags just like that. But there they are. You just cut it. That's a nice one, this stuff. Like I say, peel your sides back. We're going to get some rain this evening, but I did this early enough that I can set these out in the sun. And I'll just leave these on here, and when they dry, the seeds will fall off of the little part here where it's attached, right at the stalk, and then we'll lay them in the bottom of this pan, spread them all out. I usually leave them out in the sun. I'll leave them out during the day and bring them in at night so the moisture doesn't get back to them. We'll do that for about a week. And then I'll bring them in here and lay them, open up a paper towel and lay on a plate like this and leave them another couple of weeks. And then I know they're pretty good and dried before we put them in a paper bag and put them in our crisper. We'll label them and put them in our crisper. But there you go. That's how we save our giant marconi seeds to replant next year. Let's see if I can get this out of here without. It's very easy to do. Get you kind of a close up here if I can. It's very easy to do. Once these things dry out, these cores dry out, we'll pop the seeds right off of there, leave them laying on the paper towel. I'll probably take this first one since it was the longest and the second one and keep them separate. I try to, my largest peppers, keep them separated. And we'll let them dry, like I say, during the day out in the sun, and then bring them in at night so the dew doesn't get on them. And then bring them in and let them dry for a few more weeks. And then we'll bag them up, put them in the, label them, and put them in the crisper. Thanks for watching.